video tutorial we will see blurring operation on image. So blurring operation is basically an averaging of the pixel values. The blurring operation is also known as low pass filter. The reason behind it is it allows the low frequency, whereas at the same time it blocks the higher frequency values. What is frequency? A frequency is a rate of change of pixel value. So here in the image, if it has a sharper edges, that will have a higher frequency, and the plain areas in the image will have a lower frequency. As blurring is a low pass filter, so generally the sharper edges will be smoothened. So you will see the output as a blurred. We will see in a programming part, when we go on increasing the size of the kernel, a blurring will also increase. Now what is the normalizing process? When we divide the kernel value in such a way so that it always sums up to 1, that process is known as normalizing. So here if we see, there is a matrix which contains 3 by 3, which is of 3 by 3, which have all the values 1. So if you sum up, you will get a 9. But we have to divide the kernel in such a way so that it is 1. So we have to divide the entire matrix by the 9. And if we take a matrix 4 by 4, then to get the sum of value 1, we have to divide it by 16, and so on. Practically here, for that purpose I am importing CV2 library here. Import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt for displaying purpose. Reading the image, img equal to cv2 dot imread img1 dot jpeg. Now plt dot imshow img. So you can see the image is there. Now I am creating a kernel k1 np dot once np. I need to import numpy here. Numpy is np. I am giving it as an alias np. np library has a function called once, which will create identity matrix. So of I want to create the identity matrix of 3 by 3. So 3 by 3 here, and np dot float 32 because it generates a float value, divided by, I want this kernel to be normalized, so I will divide it by value 9, as we have understood in a theory part. Now CV2 library has a function called filter2d. The first argument I am passing here is an image to whom I want to apply the kernel, the second argument -1, and the third argument, this kernel k1 which I have created, I want to apply on the img, and the output generated I am storing inside a variable called img1. Show img1. You can see a little blurred image is there. Now let me increase the size of the kernel to 4 by 4. Let me do it to 10 by 10. So you can see the blurring is also has increased. So the conclusion is, as we go on increasing the size of the kernel, there is a more blurring to the image can be found. Now if we wanted to see using PLT at the same time 4 images here, we can do that using plt.subplot. For that purpose I am creating 4 kernels here, k1 equal to, so this I will take k1 of size 3 by 3, dividing it with the value 9, and similarly 3 more kernels k1, k2, k3 and k4, but all of them with different size here. And yes, we need to divide it in such a way so that it sums up to 1. Now we will apply this kernel to our image. For that cv2.filter2d img -1 and kernel1 value. The image which is generated, I will store it in img1, img2 3 and 4. The kernel will also be changed. Function plt dot subplot. Here I will specify that I have only one row and I want 5 columns to be displayed. One original image and 4 blurred image. In that, the first image that I wanted to show is, so I'll put a command plt dot imshow img, that is my original image. And here I can also give the title plt dot title, that this is a original image. I'll take this as a copy and will display 4 more images, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So in plt.subplot, the first defines the row and the second defines the column. So here we'll change the img 1, 2, 3 and 4. We'll write kernel size here 3 by 3 and 4 by 4. This is 5 by 5 and 9 by 9. I am doing one setting here from matplotlib import rc params. One parameter we need to change, and that should be only once in the entire notebook. rc params figure dot fig size is equal to some value here, let us say 20 by 8. So now let us run the cell. So here is the output, but we need to change here cv2 dot cvt color img1 to cv2 dot color underscore bgr to rgb. So that will replicate at all the places here to get the RGB value, RGB image as output. IMG 2, 3 and 4. So here's the output. Now if we want 2 rows and 3 columns, we need to change that 2 rows and 3 columns at all the places. So now you can see this is an output. So this is how the plt.subplot works. That's all for now. Thank you.